Season 1 of Fallout is great, wonderful, fantastic even, and one of the reasons is the attention to detail and care put into this thing. Fans of the games are going to be eating it up because there is a buffet of video game references, Easter eggs, teases, and so much more. So in this video, we're going to be covering every little thing we found. Obviously, there is a blurred line between what's simply an in-world reference and what is an Easter egg, but honestly, we're going to be talking about it all. Just deal with it. So do all the things like subscribe, grab a Pit Boy, suit up, load up on chems as we hit the wasteland. Kicking things off, the opening scene showcases Cooper Howard, a renowned movie star in the Fallout world, whose movie posters were actually recently added to Fallout 76 in one of their latest updates. Anyway, he's sporting the same blue and yellow colors that Vault Tech decided to use for their patented Vault jumpsuits. The song playing in this opening is Orange Colored Sky by Nat King Cole, a subtle nod to what eventually happens in this opening scene, but this song was also featured in a TV advertisement for Fallout New Vegas and later was added to the radio stations in Fallout 4 and 76. Cooper mentions his horse's name is Sugarfoot, a nod to the real-life Western TV show by the same name. Heck, Cooper's outfit and persona are also like a retro version of this show's main character, Tom Sugarfoot Brewster. On the television set, there's various ads for Nuka-Cola, a staple to this world, essentially Coca-Cola, along with Sugar Bomb cereal. It then switches to a Saturday morning cartoon of Grognak the Barbarian, this world's version of the 90s cartoon Conan the Barbarian. Grognak is also featured in various magazines in Fallout 4 that could raise your barbarian stat, whereas the title of this episode is Grognak and the Ruby Ruins, which is actually one of the Pip-Boy games you can play in Fallout 4. Later on, you can actually find a unique weapon in a comic store called Grognak's Axe. When we first meet Lucy, she is the embodiment of Rosie the Riveter with her wrench and all. We are then quickly shown a classroom featuring the 14-star flag, first appearing in the original Fallout game, with the star standing for the commonwealths that make up the USA. The Vault Boy images around the room are also the same art style and designs from the 76 or Fallout 76's perk card system. Lucy talking with the Vault Council is basically her picking her stats, or I guess listing off her stats, much like the Fallout games start with the player assigning their stats or perks before hitting the wasteland. This movie shows up and is referenced several times, but Lucy and Hank are watching the same Cooper Howard movie that is being filmed in the opening of Episode 3. The War and Peace book is a clever foreshadowing of what Vault Tech had been planning this whole time, hoping for a war and then peace. Yeah, good try. Lucy's brother Norm, though, is playing the Pip-Boy game Atomic Command from Fallout 4, which is basically a rip-off version of Missile Command from 1980. A familiar Vault Boy bobblehead is shown front and center, being sought-after items in the games as they can help increase your stats or perks or give permanent bonuses to the sole survivor player. I'm not going to point out every piece of art I see and what it references to, but this one behind Lucy is the Iron Fist perk card from Fallout 76. Maybe a stretch, but Lucy's husband from the triannual Vault trade is named Monty, of which there is a character by the same name of Monty that's mentioned in Fallout 4, and he is affiliated with Raiders, so it could be him because this series does take place only 9 years after those events. Lucy's Pip-Boy detects radiation with the same familiar sound effect from the games. Upon opening the first aid kit, Lucy heals herself with a stim pack, a mainstay for the games to aid the player character after they've lost some health. The weapon Lucy uses appears to be a sleek Vault Dweller version of the dart gun, or rather syringer rifle from Fallout 4 that, you guessed it, it launches various syringes at enemies. There's a Don't Lose Your Head poster, which is a multi-layered, subconsciously telling Lucy to keep her cool, but also foreshadowing the eventual mission of transporting Will Zig's severed head. This is also a subtle Easter egg for Fallout Shelter, the mobile game, referring to a weekly quest called Game Show Gauntlet, where players are asked multiple questions, and if incorrect, they confront raiders and try not to, quote, lose their head. The raider takes a hit of Jet, an addictive hallucinogenic chem, giving the user a rush of energy and heightened strength for a brief amount of time. Once the Vault 33 projector goes out, the wall is projected with the familiar "Please Stand By" screen used in many of the games, both in-game and promos, amongst other things. We're first introduced to Maximus, currently sided with the Brotherhood of Steel. Now, Maximus's name could be a hint of where we see him in the future, with the origin of the name being a military title to honor successful commanders, which at the end of this series could be the future path of Maximus. Further exploring the Brotherhood of Steel, the red flag they run up the pole is the new California style of flag, while the father later is sporting what looks to be an insignia from the Lost Hills featured in Fallout 1 and 2. The Squires are also sporting their official maroon Squire outfits, first appearing in the games. The relic that Maximus is asked to identify is circuitry item, essentially a crafting item in the games used for high-tech weapon modifications, hinting at the Brotherhood of Steel wanting nothing but power with these older relics before the Great War. This Brotherhood of Steel airship is the Caswinin, not to be confused with the Prudwin, that is, I think, accessible in Fallout 4 when you're working with them with the Brother of Steel, and you can use it to fly around the map, fast travel, essentially. The power armor model that the Brotherhood uses is the T-60 power armor. They mention other models here or there before the Battle of Anchorage, and this is the model featured heavily or most prominently in Fallout 4 and 76. Of course, this wouldn't be Fallout without a Nuka-Cola machine. Essentially, the Coca-Cola, like I said, it's the Coca-Cola of this world, but its pop caps are what are used as the currency in this world. While the power armor is stored using a power armor station, something that could be crafted and later used to upgrade and modify your player's power armor in various games. Once Lucy is outside of Vault 33, we can see that she is in California, specifically at the Santa Monica Pier because of the ruined Ferris wheel, which this location shows up in the original Fallout game, but only on the map. You can't actually access it. Shout out to Indiana Jones, though, and the Crystal Skull for teaching little Maximus to hide in a refrigerator if there is a nuclear explosion. Best scene of the whole movie, I said it, folks. Dane can be seen reading a magazine, and this is actually the Guns and Bullets issue number 6, The Moon, a Communist Doomsday Device, one of the various magazines in Fallout 4 that will increase your critical damage for any ballistics gun. The giant bags easily are my favorite addition to this Fallout series